Well, I flipped out on the Beatles when I was 5. My older sister was playing Beatles records, and then I got into music of all sorts, and that was sort of the gateway for me. My cousins played music, especially my cousin Carl, and he would show me some stuff on keyboards. And there was a guy, a local friend named Richard Ballou, who was an amazing guitar player on the scene at the time. And this was in La Habra, California, which is a small little community in North Orange County. And he was a big influence. And I think it's very important to have people that let you understand what's happening. I remember the first time I saw him play in the music store, I thought I was amazing. I thought I was Jimmy Page or something. And then I saw him play, and I was about 14 or 15 then. And my mouth just dropped for half an hour as I watched him play without an amplifier or anything, just sitting there. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I get the difference. And watching him changed everything. I love music played by humans as opposed to music played by machines. And a lot of great music has come out of the inventiveness of humans meet machines. But for my own personal taste, my aesthetic, I like listening to music that sounds like someone's home. Someone's there playing it for you, and there's an interaction. And as a musician, there's a real spiritual thing that happens when you're playing with other musicians, and that doesn't really happen as much with machines. So you need great players, you need great musicians to be able to play with other great musicians to complete that reciprocation, you know, that interaction. Whether it's violin or guitar or any instrument, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's all necessary, and especially in the classical music form. Like my favorite classical composers, Rachmaninoff and Debussy and Stravinsky and Gershwin, they all require every instrument of the orchestra, and it would really be sad if those instruments weren't represented by people that had the skills to do it. I taught guitar for a few years, and I learned a lot about that, about teaching and about the hunger for, you know, something to sink your brain into. And music is such a great thing. In fact, I don't know if I'd still be here if it weren't for music. You know, it got me through my teenage years and gave me a purpose in life. So I can't say enough great things about the importance of learning music, keeping that alive. I took a sort of rebellious approach and learned from books and watching people and getting little bits of information through the back door. I did actually start taking lessons, though, when I was 16. I started taking some jazz lessons for about almost a year, and that was a big help. I think I wanted to learn when I wanted to learn on my own sort of path and my own way. And I wouldn't say that everyone's got their own method. Like I said, when I was teaching guitar, I taught a lot of kids and some older people too, and it was funny like how I would be teaching them and they really wouldn't be getting into it or getting it, and then all of a sudden they just flipped out on a certain band or a certain style of music or something, and their level of proficiency went boom. All of a sudden they were 20 times better in about 3 months. It's funny how that works with lessons.